Hello everybody, it is Elle. Welcome back. So today I'm going to be I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit about PC Pro Chapter 13. So this is one of the final chapters of PC Pro. It's essentially the final official chapter where you're learning more information. The next chapter we have is our Capstone Exercises, and those are just labs to just kind of go over everything that you learned, and then once you do that, you take a couple practice exams and stuff, and then you take the final exam. So going through 13, it was just a final thing about security in systems and stuff like that. We went through, we talked about different password stuff. We went through BIOS and UEFI security, stuff like that. We did a pretty big section on malware protection, which I thought was actually quite smart. Learned a bit about Windows Defender, learned about how to do it on different Linux, Mac OS, learned about how to do it mostly on Windows though. But then we went through and did authentication. So we learned about different ways you can have authentication on computers with just logging in, be that your PIN, your biometric scanner, face scan, fingerprint scan, having a smart card to get into buildings or have online stuff. You have to have different elevated privileges depending on which system you're on, things like that. We also went through file encryption, so encrypting your files, encrypting an entire folder and everything including it. We talked about Windows Firewall, we talked about proxy servers, VPNs, which if you didn't know is a virtual private network, and then we finished it off with security troubleshooting, like we usually do with troubleshooting at the end. So I really enjoyed this one. There were parts of it that were a bit boring just because I already knew a lot of the information, but it was a pretty good overview of kind of everything that you need to know. This, I think, really helps out with if you want to do Cyber Patriot, if you're in a high school and you're doing Cyber Patriot, this will help out. This is kind of like a good thing for basic security and stuff like that. Like always, went through and did some notes, went through and did some videos, some more videos, notes, practice questions at the end, as always. There's always usually a lab or there's like 1 to 2 labs. Sometimes there isn't in a mini subsection, but kind of just depends. So for this one, this one is the configure remote wipe one. This one, you have a lady who loses her iPad, and you basically have to log in on her computer and go through and set her iCloud so that if somebody tries to log in and doesn't use the right credentials, it'll wipe it. That way if she finds it and she puts in the right credentials, she won't. But if anybody else has it, it also, you have to put in for this pop-up message to happen at the end. So like, a pop-up message says whatever you want to say. Pretty sure I made mine say, hey, if you lost if this is a lost iPad, if you know where it is, or if you here's like some information. I think you add a phone number too. Be like, hey, call this if you find this iPad. If you try and break in, you're not gonna find anything, kind of thing. Like always, I always have my OneNote for all of my notes. I have all of the notes that you're going to read through. I have the answers and ways to get through all the labs. I also have practice questions at the end. I have Quizlets to practice questions so that you can check that out. You can always go to, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, then go to my bio and you will see a link to my Wix website. Hop on over there, you can check out my other PC Pro videos and just some other stuff about me. Find out a little bit more about me, about the different things that I do in my computer science classes. You can, if you're on my Wix website, go to my YouTube, check out all my videos. All of my videos that are on my YouTube are usually somewhere in my Wix website. So if you go through and you see, oh, I watched this video on YouTube, on this account, that's most likely what it was for. You can check out some of the stuff that I do as hobbies too. But yeah, like I said, I actually, while some of this was a little bit repetitive of what I've already learned, I mostly really did enjoy this. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you guys. See ya.